Don't touch that dial. In the meantime, we'll take your calls at 1-888-CAR-TALK. That's 888-227-8255. Hello, you're on Car Talk.
Hello, this is Mark in Dickinson, North Dakota.
Dickinson.
Uh-huh.
Has the snow melted yet in North Dakota?
Yes, it's raining today.
Cool.
What's shaking?
I have a Suburban, 77 Suburban I'm having some problems with.
Go ahead.
Well, this is the vehicle I use in my work. I do a lot of field work, and I always practice preventive maintenance. So this winter I thought, well, okay, the transmission's got over 300,000 on it. I'm going to replace it, do some other stuff. I'm not even going to rebuild it. I just want to buy a rebuilt. That was 6 rebuilds ago.
Really?
The first 3 came...
So let me get this right. There was really nothing wrong with the transmission, and you decided to fix it.
Well, it was getting a little sloppy. It made a few noises. It would ding.
But it worked, right?
It worked.
It worked. And now you're 6 transmissions later.
It worked pretty much okay. And the worst part is you traded in the only one that was working.
Yeah, unfortunately.
To get one of these bogus rebuilds.
Yeah, it seems that way.
Yeah.
I went to Mr. Goodwrench because I figured, well, it's their vehicle. They should be able to work on it. And they got the rebuilds from supposedly certified rebuilders out of town. The first 3 came from one rebuilder. Finally, they gave up, went to another rebuilder, and got another 3 of them. And I have a feeling I'm looking at number 7 here in the next couple weeks.
Really? What kinds of problems have you had with all of them?
Well, the very first one showed up with the wrong bearing installed on the front. They put in the gear lube and it just ran out. The second one they put in and test drove it, and it locked up and tore out the clutch.
This is a stick shift?
Yeah, manual.
Mark.
This is a stick.
I could understood it if it were an automatic. I'd say, well, you never know when an automatic's going to blow. With 300,000 miles on it, you're probably ready. So I could have accepted it. But a stick shift.
Wait a minute. Now, the guy did what he did. There's no reason for you to castigate him in this way. He feels bad enough. He's gone through 6 transmissions, and you're going to make him feel rotten?
When you've done something this stupid, you ought to feel rotten.
He already knows that.
No, he didn't really know.
He's looking for solace. He's looking for some
he's looking for a transmission. That's what he's really looking for.
He's looking for a friend. He's looking for support.
Do you have a significant other, Mark?
Unfortunately, no.
No, it's a good thing, because you'd never hear the end of this.
Well,
you think we're bad.
I'll never hear the end of it anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
Does this thing have I can't say that I can remember what a 77 Suburban with a stick shift.
Is it on the floor?
It is on the floor, but does it go right into the transmission, or is there a shifter?
No, it's a straight
It's
shaft.
straight in.
Straight shot.
So the problem is not in the shifter, it's internal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, wow. I'll tell you, it's interesting. We don't have. Cultures do lose skills. I mean, there's always this outcry from the military establishment about having our firearms made in places like Pakistan, because they'll make a rifle for like 85 cents, and it costs hundreds of dollars to make them here. And the thing is, once you lose those skills, once your country loses the people that can make that stuff, you forevermore can't make them anymore.
Yeah,
and we'd be relying on the Pakistanis to make our military rifles.
So I should emigrate?
So you should. Maybe the Pakistanis are making the transmissions now. And the thing is, we don't have anyone that can rebuild manual transmissions anymore. We really don't.
Well, I mean,
and certainly not in North Dakota.
But there's got to be some guy left somewhere. There must be some guy. Krusty, or Mario, or, there's got to be some guy in some little shop somewhere. Where would he be?
Well, I think your best bet at this point is to try to find the one you traded in.
Yeah,
that's long gone.
No, that's long gone, but somewhere somebody has a 4-speed gearbox for your Suburban, a used one.
I would go to a junkyard, or as we call them, auto recycling centers, and you'll probably get one that's a heck of a lot better than these things that these guys are rebuilding.
And field tested.
Field tested, because you do a lot of field work.
That's apparently what I do for a living. I field test transmissions.
You didn't know you were in that line of work until just recently.
No, you're in the quality control business.
Well, if I went to a wrecking yard and picked one up, should I rebuild it?
No. It works.
What are you, nuts?
It probably works. I mean, most vehicles don't go to the junkyard because the transmission stopped working.
Uh-huh.
Most of them go to the junkyard because something else stopped working, like the back fell off, or the engine died, or a piano fell on it.
Mm-hmm.
And the transmissions usually are still good.
Well,
So I think your chances are excellent of getting one in a junkyard or a wrecking yard or
And this same
recycling
transmission was
center.
used in the pickup truck too. I mean, so it's not, it's not exclusive to this Suburban.
Yeah, there are a lot of these around.
okay. I'll start looking around.
Good luck.
Figure I got about 1,000 miles to go, and I'm taking off tomorrow for Wyoming, so that's probably where it'll all happen.
Good luck, man. I'm glad
Okay,
you
thanks.
sound like you can take a joke. You're a
Yes.
good guy.
Okay, thanks.
Good for you,
See
man.
you later.
He didn't know he was in the field testing business for I like that. Hey, I have an interesting